I feel compelled, because of your character, to ask you, are you okay?
I'm fine. Yeah, I'm
That was just, it's the most bizarre thing when you go, and we've all been to funerals, we've all had tragedy in our lives, but the way people react and the way Cameron captured it is just absolutely perfect.
Yeah, I think it's amazing to see the reality of what that means captured on screen.
Yeah, this is one of these movies that whenever I'm in a bad mood, I'm going to pop in the DVD, and it's just going to bring you absolutely up, because
Oh, that's cool.
Cameron is like a poet.
Mm.
And I understand that he actually would play music to get you into the mood of the...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was one of his directing tools. He would play music on set, which really created the vibe and the scene and the sense of what we were doing, which was wonderful.
Yeah, have you ever had that before? Anybody ever played music before?
On set, not like that, not in the way that he did. It was a great tool. I was sort of wondering how I was going to cope when it was gone afterwards, actually.
Well, because you think, after you see the movie, after you do the movie, and then you see this amazing soundtrack, because part of Cameron Crowe's the way he gets his emotion through is through music.
Absolutely.
So I guess that it's such a tight bond with him. So
absolutely, it was a great directing tool, a source of inspiration.
There's some absolute great moments in here with your character. We've all, I don't know, have you ever done it? I've done it, the actual magic with the cell phone. Ring, ring, ring. You're willing to, the cell phone to ring. He captured that. And then the long cell phone talks you've had with somebody. But when you're filming that, though, when you see it cut, it looks perfect, and we've all done it before. But in reality, aren't you doing long days of talking to nobody on the cell phone?
Yeah, there was somebody. No, it was a little bit like that. But there was, Kirsten would be on the other end of the phone sometimes, or Cameron would just, chime in with stuff.
Have you ever taken a road trip before?
For me as a Brit, this was my opportunity to play, which is kind of like a rite of passage in American in an American movie, and I got to experience the heartland of America and really go to places that probably most Americans don't go to, and it's and it was, whether it was Oklahoma City and the Survivor Tree, or Memphis and the Lorraine Motel, or a beautiful bridge over a river in Arkansas, I got to really experience America, and it was amazing. When a film comes to town, often there can be apprehension about the chaos and trail of mess it will leave in its wake, but we were really welcomed by the people of Louisville and Kentucky.
How did the people respond?
Ice creams, baking cakes, making cookies for us, and they really welcomed us into their homes and into their town, and that kind of sense of community and family, which I think really resonates within the movie, is what we experienced down there, and it was something that I think is an important message to take away from this movie. Drew goes on that road trip through America, led by Claire, to fall in love, to learn to appreciate his own life so that he can come to terms with the loss of his father, appreciate and value the family that he has and that he hasn't spent enough time with, and ultimately fall in love with the girl.
Yeah, and I thought you were absolutely brilliant.
Thanks, man.
Wonderful.
Thanks, man.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Could you sign my press kit?
Sure.